This is the Seth Justice Show. Welcome in. The name of the show. Yeah, that's me. Oh, I'm dumb. Anyway, so welcome in. Any updates to the podcast, you'll see those on my socials at Justice_Radio, at Seth Justice Show, at Justice_Radio is on Instagram, at Seth Justice Show is on X, and you can listen to the podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, the Seth Justice Show, which, I mean, you're already listening halfway, right? I don't know. You're already listening to the podcast on one of those two already, so yeah, way to go. Anyway, if you want to listen on the other, just look up the Seth Justice Show. So today, I thought we would have a conversation, just little conversation as we do. To be honest, I think this one's probably going to be one of the shorter ones. And then, I think that's what it feels like. So, yeah, if you're going to be like, oh my goodness, it's so short and Seth isn't yapping our ears off and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, well, yeah, Seth went a little too hard last night, so... Oh, gotta recoup a little bit, but no. I don't know, for me, this week in general, and then over the past couple days too, aside from the going out and going too hard, I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a mental block, but my brain isn't functioning in the way that it has been, and clicking on all cylinders, feeling good. I don't know if it's just weather based or whether it's something else. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and that's kind of infuriating because I'm definitely a solutions based person. I want to know what's going on, and I want to understand why I'm not necessarily functioning at the highest of high levels. And I don't want to mail it in for, my main gig, being a radio DJ. If you didn't know that now, you do. So, and then for the podcast, I want to make sure that, my brain is where it needs to be and functioning in a way that it needs to function so I can, do the best that I can at what I do and what I love to do. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the weather here in New York has been weird. We would go from 70 degrees to 20s and then 30s and then 40s, then 50s, then 60s, then back to 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And it would go in that kind of cycle, and it's rather annoying. Really is. And I'm just like, can we just have some semblance of normalcy? I don't mind seasons. It's not my favorite thing, but I don't mind it. It's not bad. I just don't like the cold. I don't. It makes me have a stuffy nose, makes me feel blah. And I don't know, it's just not my favorite thing, is to be cold. I'd rather be warm. I like sweating. Even though that sounds absolutely gross. I like sweating. Makes me feel better. So, I don't know. But that's my... That's my 2 cents on that. I just don't know why I haven't necessarily felt on it. So I'm going to try my best and, maybe just not yap as long. I mean, that could be it. Either way, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, and I feel like we talked about this previously, where it's just complacency. It gets into the psyche of people. And I feel like I should talk about this some more based on, conversations I've had with people this week on the complacency, on the feeling of am I really doing enough? And I would say that when it comes to that complacent feeling, that feeling that you're like, I'm good right here. I don't have to work that hard to do X, Y, and Z thing. I don't have to, be this certain type of person. I can just do this and it'll be nice. It'll be easy. And then I can just, skate by and not necessarily do all the things, just do enough to, get by. And that's fine. I would just ask, do you get excited? Do you feel like you can go about your life without fear based on that complacency? Are you able to feel like what you're doing matters? Because I think we all need to have that passion and that feeling of, oh my goodness, am I going to fail? Because I think the fear of failure can often delude us into having a false sense of security and a false sense of, wonderment, and just it can lead us into something that's, can lead us into something that we don't really want to be in, right? That complacency. Because fear is a good thing. And what's even better is pushing past those fears. Like for me, I have a fear of, my words not being what they need to be, and getting in front of like people and being like, hey, how we doing? And then I say something dumb and then I just look like a fool, which I don't mind looking like a fool. That's not the issue. It's that the words that I use aren't the correct words, which I say the wrong things all the time. All the time. And I've gotten past that fear of wondering, oh my goodness, is this going to be, what is this person going to think? What is this person going to think? I'm just going to say it. Like that's my mentality, and I was able to push past that fear. And honestly, I have a fear sometimes of going up and being the center of attention at times. Like what if they don't like me? Like that's a big fear, and I have to constantly push through that daily with my main gig, obviously, radio DJ, if you didn't know that. And also with the podcast, because I'm just like, I don't know if what I say is going to be what I want the impact to be. I don't know if people are even going to like what I do. And I feel like that's fair. But I also think pushing past those fears makes us a better person. So being complacent, being okay with where you are because it feels good in the moment, that's something that, I don't know, like just the feeling of feeling good shouldn't be enough, if that makes sense. And I know people are just like, but why? We want to feel good. We want to feel like content on a daily basis. Like, and I get that. I do. But having fear, being able to say that, oh, I don't know about that. I'm kind of scared. That is such a gift. That makes me feel more alive than anything, because that means I'm human. And I've done stupid things. I have. And, I don't have many regrets, but I know I was fearful before I did those stupid things. And then afterwards, I was fearful of, the consequences of doing those stupid things. But either way, it made me feel good. It made me feel alive. And I'm just like, yeah, this feeling, it's a good one. And now there are some fears that are so debilitating that you can't push past them, or you can't push past them at this current juncture in time. And I can understand that. But for me as a person, if I have a friend that has a debilitating fear and they're like, Seth, I can't get past it, I will help work with them to get past it. Because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not. It's just going to be a slow burn and trying to help that person get past it. And same with if you have a debilitating fear. If you have a debilitating fear, you're not going to get over that in one day. You got to face it each and every single day to get past it. And then once you get past it, then it's just like, there you go. I got it. Now it builds you for the next thing. And having that fear, I think, creates us and builds us to be better. And not necessarily, not necessarily the fear itself, but our reaction to that fear and trying to be better and trying to, go past that fear. Because I think the fear itself, it's fear. It's being afraid of something. It's scary. It's X, Y, and Z reason why we don't like it. But I think the beautiful thing is our reaction to it and how we feel and how we push past it. And, it's a tough thing, but it's a thing we can overcome. And yeah, I heard this in a show called Shoresy, and it's a hockey show, and there's the distinction between winning and losing. And they said, do you love winning or do you hate losing? There's two types of people like that. People who only want the glory and to feel like winning, and then losing is just meh. Or just not even on, it's just a thing. Or do you hate losing? Meaning, yeah, you love winning, but if I lose, can't handle that. I got to make sure the next time I come at you, I win. And I keep on winning. And I never lose because I hate losing. Fear is kind of like that. Because fear is a thing that we sit in and we feel, and we're just like, yeah, it's the fear in our soul. And for me, fear is kind of like, I hate fear. I don't like being afraid. But I don't want to sit in it. Like, I can't. And so, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the opposite of fear. And I'm going to push past it. And be who I want to be. Because I love winning, don't get me wrong. But I hate losing more. And in fear's case, not going to lose to it. Not. So, it's just not something I'm going to do. But, yeah, it's an interesting thing because I had a lot of conversations about complacency and fear and, people trying to dilute themselves and thinking that what they're doing isn't out of fear. Of course it's out of fear. Of course it is. but you got to figure that out. Like, I can tell you until I'm blue in the face what you're doing, but you're not going to learn it that way. You're not going to learn it by me telling you. I can help show you some solutions. That's about it. So, anyway, probably some of that was incoherent, but so it goes. It's what the day is. And this is Sunday. So, sit back, relax, have a good time until the giant diamond comes our way. Yeah, apparently there's a giant diamond in space that's 5 times bigger than the Earth. Now, I don't know if there's like diamond people on it, which would be really cool. And, well, they'd be tough to beat up, wouldn't they? Like, you throw a punch and be like, and that's not them cracking and shattering, it's your hand cracking and shattering. Or you try and kick them and then your foot is all like Deadpool just flopping around. I mean, golly. Now, nobody said, like, if this diamond thing is coming closer to us or if it's a planet. I mean, it's 5 times bigger than the Earth. I mean, what are we going to, like, Bruce Willis can't really help us right now. He can't, you know. So we're going to have to figure something out, especially now since it's also a diamond, and drilling that diamond probably isn't going to be as quick and easy as we'd hope, as well as once that thing shatters, it's going to rain diamonds, which actually, yeah, that might not be too bad. Might saturate the market of diamonds, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't know. It's stuff like that. I don't know what to think. Like, yeah, sure. We have this giant thing out in space. And it could be coming towards us. It could not. It could just be a diamond planet. But I hear this stuff and I'm just like, I don't want to just hear about it. I kind of want to like see it for myself. Like I want to see what's out there because it's interesting to me. And you know, the journey, the voyage, the possibility of, you know, just seeing what could be is so interesting. So interesting. And going back to our fear conversation, it would make me scared. But again, pushing past that fear and scaredy catness would be so much fun. I mean, golly. Could you imagine walking around on a giant diamond? Role reversal right there. Like, oh my goodness, usually a diamond is just sitting on somebody's finger and it's just chilling there. In this case, no, you are just sitting there on a diamond planet trying to think of what's going on here. Yeah. Role reversals. But it would be so cool. However, if this thing does come closer to us, it would be a bit scary. I don't know what we do at that point. I don't know if we'd just accept it or we turn ourselves into diamonds and be like, no, diamond planet, don't hurt us. We're good. Either way, would be interesting. And lastly here, I'm going to wrap up with this. TikTok was supposed to be banned yesterday. Was supposed to be. Didn't. Another 75 days TikTok has, so it's kind of like the whole fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I think I did that, right? No. Fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Got it. Nailed it. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. Like with this whole TikTok thing, and I don't know if, you know, like I love TikTok, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. I love scrolling through, and honestly, that's therapy for me sometimes, is scrolling through and seeing all the trends and what dumb people are doing, and, you know, that feeling, you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy TikTok. But I don't know. Like, if something's bad is going on, then it probably needs to be dealt with. That's not for me to decide, because obviously I'm not in power, so I don't know what all is going on. But we need to figure it out. If you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. If you don't. Just don't, like, dance around the issue. It's honestly going to create more of an issue than anything. And then it's going to cause an irritation. And then people are just going to be like, well, we're done with this. Like, it's, ugh. So make up your minds. You know, decide what you want to do and do it. That's all. You know, if you're going to make a deal, make a deal. But it's, I hate indecisiveness. I hate it. And I hate when people take their sweet old time trying to, you know, get something going. And it's just so irritating. Like, decide what you want to do and move on. So, anyway, that's the Seth Justice Show. Thanks so much for listening. Like I said, it's a little bit, you know, shorter of a podcast. Yeah, I don't want to bore you to tears, but either way, check out my social medias at Justice_radio on Instagram, at Seth Justice Show on X. This podcast is on YouTube and Spotify, and if you are listening on one and not the other, well, then go listen to the other. And yeah, the Seth Justice Show. That's all you got to search for. So that's the show. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. And yeah, have some more laughs and fun, I guess.